So we are going to get started here with our last session before the closing. So thank you for sticking with us. In this session, we're going to talk about district implementation, some practical next steps for each of you to adopt financial education with Intuit for Education. So help answer any questions that you have from today. We're going to just recap some of the resources that we've shared and give you some practical links and next steps. Among those being the vouchers that we were speaking about earlier. So I'm going to just ask Meredith to reintroduce herself for those that have not been with us in a little bit here. So Meredith, say hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm the K-12 Outreach Manager for Intuit for Education. I have a background in education in the secondary ed space and excited to be supporting you guys today. And after this session, feel free to stick around for office hours for Nick and I to answer any questions, or feel free to email me if you're interested in a demo or scheduling any PD.
So we'll be sharing Meredith's email in just a moment. She's going to be very important if you want to set up any of these sessions or follow-up contacts, things like that, the onboarding pieces that she's going to go through in just a moment. So, as we come back together, the three things that we're going to cover here, how we support districts, just putting a little bow on that and what we talked about today. We're going to show you a new prototype that we're building or a new tool that we're building to help you self-onboard your school districts and upload teacher CSVs and get teacher accounts created and all those types of things. So some shortcuts there. And then we're going to provide you some information on how we can support you through professional development, how we can help you with an LMS, all of those different types of things, the logistical operational pieces of implementing Intuit for Education. So, if we could just take a moment as we were reflecting on these days, as you're reflecting on your teachers that you serve, um, what are some of the barriers that our teachers face when talking about money? We've talked in some sessions today about challenges kids face in talking about this or things that we face there. But all of you as administrators and folks that are working with districts and schools, when you're out there, just drop something in the chat here. What is something that you see that the barriers that teachers face when approaching some of this material? So we'll give you a moment just to drop a few thoughts or comments in there on that. I'll tell you that from some of my own experience, I think that this is one of the areas where teachers haven't been fully trained in a pathway or things like that for many years. It's I come from the day when those credit card companies were on my college campus and influencing us to take those credit cards. And a lot of teachers of my ilk that came up, we all made some money mistakes. So I think those are the things that can be uncomfortable. If I made some mistakes, am I comfortable sharing that? Right? So I'd love to hear some more. No time in the curriculum during the day. Totally can understand that. The confidence in their own personal finance. Absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest barriers from my perspective is that if I don't have strong finances, how in the world can I help anyone else? Um, Feeling unequipped. Yeah, I think these are all true. So hopefully what you'll see here are some resources to help you. Hopefully what you've seen today is that we're here to offer resources through us and through our partners to help your teachers be more comfortable, to help limit the planning burden on them, to make them more fluent in all these conversations. So again, we're here to support you. All of the things you see here built for teachers by teachers. We have a goal of serving 50 million students in financial literacy, building their capability and confidence. Everything that you see from us from Intuit for Education is free, so nothing that you need to feel like you need to pay for. I know that there's some courses offerings like we just heard about that you can add on. Those are all great things. The core offerings that we have for you don't include any charges. End-to-end standard line curriculum again, we talked about some of the guided curriculum resources, the self-paced curriculum. We went through and showed you some of the simulations and calculators. If you did have a chance to check out the session on CTE, supporting CTE pathways, amazing. If not, I'll recap some of that work here for you. Meredith, if you wouldn't mind putting this link in the chat for folks to explore. This was a really important document for us to put together. This is a comprehensive resource guide that shows how all of our standards aligned curriculum can be mapped to all the 14 national CTE pathways. And what this does, and I'm going to see if I can grab that as well. I'm going to share my screen for 1 second and on. I just want to show that. And if I can get here, we're going to get right into that document. So in this document here, this first part takes you through foundations of financial literacy and planning for success in CTE careers. So these are things that are applicable to any career pathway out there. What it shows you is it curates several lessons, either in guided or self-paced, that then speak specifically to some of these objectives. So if you're putting financial literacy into a CTE pathway, this is a great resource to help you do that. So all of your CT students can go through these 5 or 6 lessons here at the top. And then as you get down, you can select into a specific career cluster. So if I want to go into hospitality, events, and tourism, you're going to take a look here, and I'm going to show you a couple just so real quickly so you get a sense of what each of these looks like. This is now things that are going to be applicable to their pathway after they've seen like the general resources. So you've got things on earning income and benefits, something that's going to be important for someone in hospitality, financial planning analysis, entrepreneurship and side hustles. A lot of folks in here might be thinking about starting their own restaurant or their own food truck business. Things like developing a budget, credit and debt management. So these are things that would be applicable to folks in this students in this pathway. Where if I come over to maybe the agricultural pathway, right, we might have some different lessons in here that might be a little bit more tailored there. If I'm looking at something like financial services, I might have a little bit more nuanced take on this. I might have some units on banking, risk management and insurance, financial strategies, investing and wealth building, financial planning and analysis. So all of these allow you to connect to that pathway in a really meaningful way that connects the lesson to their learning and the hard skills they're learning in their technical pathway. So let me stop that share. And if we can get the slides back up. All right. Wonderful. So that link is there. You can go to intuit.me/CTE-pathways. It's also directly in the Intuit for Education platform. So when you go there, it's on that left sidebar. When you click there, this will pop up. Now, the thing that I would like to, I know a lot of you would be excited about to hear, and I know that there's been some buzz about this today, the free student certifications that we offer through Certiport. So we have a number of different certification exams through Certiport that are available. And we've been specifically talking a little bit about the QuickBooks users. So for high school students, QuickBooks certified user. For post-secondary students, there's also an option to become certified in what we call our Pro Advisor Academy, which is getting more to the career types of skills for client advisory services in the profession. So in high school, we have that QuickBooks certification course. It's all free. This is a change. We now have moved all of our QuickBooks into Test Drive. So it's an overview. You don't have to log in. You don't have to create accounts. There's now a full curriculum. So if you remember the old days when you paid a third-party provider to help your students prepare for the Certiport test, now all of that is free online right inside the platform. You can get free Certiport test vouchers from us. We're going to give you a QR code next here, and then you can use that to administer the QuickBooks Online Certified User Exam. We also have a personal finance certification exam that's available. We also have a Design for Delight, which is a design thinking certification exam available. If you are interested in the college pathway options, we mentioned him earlier, but Caleb is the guy to talk to. His email address is here. So if you would like, take a picture of this page, scan this QR code. This is the request form to request Certiport vouchers for those Intuit sponsored Certiport exams. So you can fill out this request form for the students that you'd like to have, for the number of students that you'd like to administer to. These are all free of charge. This is, as I probably don't need to tell you that these are expensive tests. You all know this. So this is just our way of saying thank you and helping you to support your students' endeavors into certifications. So please take advantage of this request form. You can see the information that Meredith dropped into the chat.
Nick, I just want to jump in and just say it's also available for educators. So that question of not having confidence in own personal finances or hesitant to talk about it, not having that confidence to teach this subject, this is a great opportunity for educators to not only get certified, but to model what that certification pathway looks like for students and how to go from 0 to 60 in confidence.
Thanks for flagging that. That is such an important thing. We hear that question all the time, and it's a great way to just request one, go in there, take it, and get comfortable with it, understand the test, feel confidence, that all of those things. Thank you. Yeah, I'll share that previous slide one more time on the certification exam. So if you want to get either Caleb's information or you want to see any of the information here. For the post-secondary, there's one additional element that we do on top of the certification exam. It is the CAS certification, QB QuickBooks Level 1 Pro Advisor certification, which then begins to develop some of the career competencies that we were mentioning that allow them to become accountants and also this career advisory services. We're seeing a lot more with the impact of AI on the accounting field, that a lot of this turns to the human interaction and the you know the interpretation and the guidance that we provide to small business owners and the like as we're helping them to support. And then professional development. So I'm going to share some links here, and Meredith, you'll drop the link in the chat. This is for the on-demand professional development. So these are things that are always there when your teacher needs them. Sunday at 11:30 p.m. It's there. They can go through it. If you are interested in requesting either in-person or virtual PD sessions, I'm going to turn that over to Meredith now. She's going to take the next set of slides. Meredith, do you mind recapping some of the information that you provided earlier on what we'd be
Yeah.
looking for to set up a PD session at a district?
Yeah, absolutely. So setting up a PD with us is extremely easy. We can do in person or virtual. For in person, we just ask that it's a sizable audience. For PD, we offer this for both CTE educators, for social studies, as well as workforce. And we can run everything from 45 minutes to a full day of PD. It's really quite flexible. If you wanted to dive into those CTE pathways resources, we can absolutely build that into the plan. If we want to focus on certification, that's also an option. So don't hesitate to reach out. I popped my email in the chat, and yeah, reach out if you would like to schedule either in-person or virtual PD session. We highly recommend it to set your educators up for success.
And
And I'll
Meredith, you
mention
ready to take them through
also,
the
oh,
onboarding?
sorry,
Yeah,
Nick.
go for it.
I
No,
was gonna
go
say,
for
I'll
it,
mention
please.
also, it is always free. Our PD is always free. So I added a link in the chat for our professional development resources. You'll see there that we do have asynchronous on-demand resources as well to support your educators with dedicated pathways so they can continue to feel nurtured and supported. But our PD resources are always free. Okay. Excited to share this next. This is our new prototype where we are building out a new feature. This will give districts instant approval and to launch financial literacy. So what this is, it's a way to bypass all of the back and forth of legal paperwork. This is a instant terms of service agreement process. And next slide. This is overall a 5-minute setup. So simple info capture. You're going to share your district name, your district email, your phone number, and then we'll walk through the process, and that'll actually give you an instant terms of service agreement. You'll select yes, an agreement to all of that. And then we also offer the option to upload your educator email list so that your educators can have instant access as well to Intuit for Education. We also share with you throughout this process LMS integration and dedicated resources with PD. So this is a one place packaged approach to feel like you are completely set up and successful. And again, takes 5 minutes. So we are super excited to share this. And I'm going to be popping a link in the chat. We're looking for districts that are interested in signing up to get early access here. So again, this is under 5 minutes. You can get an instant terms of service agreement, upload your educator email list in the form of CVE, and receive that confirmation, that welcome email, LMS integration link, and access to on-demand PD to get started. But we will also be available during office hours to walk through more of what this looks and feels like for anybody interested. That's a great question. We are asking you to provide your email address and verify that you are an admin, and there's a verification step to confirm that you are in fact an admin and have the authority to complete this.
Great. And so really, this just becomes an easy opportunity for you as administrators to upload your educators, get them set up with accounts. A lot of times the back and forth on terms of service and things like that becomes a clunky process. This makes it very easy to get all those things, all those resources that you need.
I've just shared the link there. So we have a quick survey if you're interested in being a part of our early access group, or interested in providing feedback to us and how to even improve this process. Definitely sign up. We'll be excited to roll this out soon.
And Meredith, you want to talk a
LMS.
little bit about LMS and clever integration and where we're at with that and some resources?
Absolutely. So LMS, we offer full integration. Intuit for Education integrates with the following LMS and SSO. We integrate with Canvas, Schoology, Google Classroom, and we're moving to direction to include Clever. We know that so many of you use Clever, so we're excited to offer full Clever integration July 24th with dedicated Clever PD available August 17th. And I'm going to share a link here to the integration guides. To support seamless integration for you for LMS, we have dedicated guides.
I got those guides in there already for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nick. But we know how important it is to have effortless classroom management, so we're really excited to offer that integration.
Zach, if you've already started the process with Meredith, you could just continue on that process with Meredith. We're happy to continue that there through. This is a new process that we're trying to build in so we can help districts onboard even faster.
Yes.
And
Any
we
other
do
questions?
understand the importance of all of these LMSs, right? And the clever piece has been something that we've been working hard on. It's taken us a little longer than when we'd like to get it right, but we'd rather get it right than roll something out that's not quite ready. So at
Yes.
about a month's time, is that right, Meredith? At about a month, with fingers
A
crossed.
month's time. So July 24th, we'll have Clever integration available for single sign-on and automatic rostering. So we'll also be offering PD August 17th.
So what's next for all of you? Helping to get your school district onboarded and schedule PD. The easiest thing to do is to reach out to Meredith or I and say, hey, we want to do a professional development on I4E. We want to get our teachers signed up for Intuit for Education and get them using it. We're happy to do that. Some of the things that we're looking for, we would love, virtual sessions are easy to do anytime, anywhere. So if you've got smaller numbers of teachers, you want to do the three, fours, fives, tens, that's easier for us to do as an online session. If you're looking at a whole school or a district-wide or a county-wide type of PD experience, we'd be more than happy to come to you. We really like to look at numbers of 30 or more when we're trying to plan in-person sessions. But if that fits within your scope, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to send one of our trainers out to you. If you have any curated support that you need on LMS integration, Meredith has been a tremendous resource for everyone trying to get through that now. So please feel free to reach out and do that. The same with the digital privacy agreements or tech questionnaires. Um, I, saw this from the early days of all of these rolling out that these are big, ugly beasts of documents and they require a lot of back and forth with legal and IT departments and all the things. So we've seen every variation you can imagine of one of these things. So we're used to all the weird questions. So we are here to help. So allow us to do that if you'd like us to. Meredith, anything to add on any of these 3 points? I know that you've been very, very close to all this work.
No, just again here to help. I'm embedded in the process throughout all of this, so I'll be your your person for all the digital privacy agreements, the tech questionnaire, setting up with LMS and Clever, and just onboarding your school district or scheduling PD. So do not hesitate to reach out, and we look forward to supporting you.
And Matt, wonderful to see you here, my man. It's been a while since we've
Oh,
connected.
hi, Matt.
I can't wait to get back out there to Washoe. See you.
Yeah, it's great to see you both. Thank you very much for doing this.
Absolutely. You know better than anyone that we're here for you guys. So anything that we can do to help.
Yes, I can definitely validate that. There are no strings attached. Everything they do is incredible, and they're just doing it for the benefit of teachers and students.
I love that, Matt. Thank you for doing our job for us right there. Appreciate that. Um,
for your
So
kind
I'm
words.
leaving our email addresses on the screen here. If you have any questions at all, anything from a far left field or whatever it is, anything you've seen today, feel free to reach out to us. If we cannot answer the questions, we promise to find the person that can and get back to you. Um, Meredith is very connected to all this work day to day. She works with districts and schools all over the country all the time. There's not a question that she has not heard and not a support request that we can't, try to appease or facilitate. So
Yeah.
we're really appreciative of all of you being here today. We're finishing a few minutes early once again, trying to keep you the burden light on all of you. We're going to stay in this room until the closing session begins at 3:40 p.m. So it's about 10-15 minutes. So we'll be here. If you do have questions, please feel free to take yourself off of mute and ask them away or throw them in the chat. But again, just want to say thank you to all of you for being with us today. It's been a pleasure to host you, and we look forward to helping you and your teachers and your schools advance personal finance and financial literacy for our students.
Yes, we look forward to hearing from you.